What's up guys, Jason Messi here, welcome to a brand new video. Today we were taking a look at some potential new hero cards, the purple cards, potentially coming to FIFA 16 Ultimate Team very soon. At the beginning of this week, we were given the likes of Andre Gray and stuff for the Football League. I think it's the end of the season ones, like the Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year and stuff like that, and potentially, over the next couple of days, we could be getting a hell of a lot more. So before we get any further guys, if you could smash 1,500 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome, and if you're to my channel, click subscribe button for more. So in the background, you would have been seeing some of the FIFA 15 hero cards that were released that I managed to get my hands on the previous FIFA, and hopefully starting probably around this Sunday we get some really high rated ones. So some categories that EA gave hero cards for last year included the likes of relegation heroes, players that help teams avoid relegation and stuff like that. We've got Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, playoff heroes where they help get a team promoted. There's also a lot of things like lower league related ones like Player of the Year and stuff like that, and also clean sheets. I have not covered every single league. A majority of them are the high rated ones or ones that are familiar to everyone, because there's not enough information and some leagues are so tight it's very hard to show otherwise. So we're going to start off though with some potential relegation heroes, and these aren't just players that will get it because they've played well all season. They're ones that could potentially get and one cover in each team potentially that could avoid relegation. So these players aren't all determined yet, simply the fact that there aren't many teams officially confirmed as relegated, and there's also a lot of teams that potentially could avoid relegation and become heroes. So we're going to start off with Sunderland, and the player I've chosen for them is going to be Jermaine Defoe. And again, it could be any Sunderland player, but Sunderland are one of the teams that could potentially avoid the drop this year from the Barclays Premier League. And Defoe has scored a lot of goals from this season, and that probably deserves a hero card in its own, because without him, they could potentially already be down. And I'm very surprised, despite their massive win over Norwich over the weekend, this week they didn't get a new inform. I thought Barini honestly could have got himself a hero card, simply the fact that he did get himself a goal and also an assist in that massive 3-0 win. But Sunderland are one of the teams that could stay up. A Jan Kirchhoff card would be very nice, by the way. And then we've got Newcastle, they're bitter rivals, and Newcastle are a team that I find really hard to get into my mind they're in a relegation fight. I'm fully aware they were relegated a few years back, but either way, the player I've chosen is Wijnaldum, and he's already got a hero card this year for scoring 4 goals in one game. Rafa and his team though did get 1 point yesterday against Manchester City, which could potentially give them some momentum and help them stay up. And then we have got Alan Halilovic this time. I think he plays for Sporting Gijon, the Sporting Gijon in the Liga BBVA. I think they're like third bottom, and he's a player who could potentially get a card. He's a very nice player on FIFA Ultimate Team, currently on loan from FC Barcelona, and Giuseppe Rossi currently on loan to Levante. And the reason I've only gone with 2 English clubs, by the way, was the simple fact that Aston Villa are fully relegated, and potentially Norwich could get their own great escape here. It depends what happens over the next couple of weeks, but Giuseppe Rossi would be a very, very nice card. And then we have got a guy called Pablo Sarabia, who plays for Getafe. I think they're dead bottom. There's probably very little chance they will stay up. There's still a slight possibility they could. Then we go on to the Italians, and this time this team, by the way, I'm not fully aware of. Frisonone, I probably butchered that name, but either way, I've gone with their silver goalkeepers. Apparently, I think he's got the highest match rating for them this season. We have got Franco Vazquez of Palermo this time. Dybala's former team are second bottom. That one would be quite a decent card given the fact he's now Italian. I think last year was in fact Argentine. And then we have got a guy called Moras, a centre back this time from Hellas Verona. Looks awful on FIFA Ultimate Team, but they are currently bottom of the Serie A. Then we go on to the Bundesliga. We've got Junuzovic this time. This guy has actually got a new inform this week, so that would be a very nice card for Werder Bremen. Then we have got Alexander Meyer, got a hero card last year, I think for doing the exact same he's doing this year, kind of like helping them stay afloat sort of. I think the team is at Frankfurt this time, Eintracht Frankfurt. And also we're going to Ben Yedder, but the German league, by the way, I think from like 13th to bottom, there's very, very little points in it. And the 2 French clubs we got first up Toulouse, who I think are second bottom currently, and Ben Yedder, I mean, this card would be fantastic, and he could potentially get a team this season as well, because he scored so many goals. I mean, that card looks filthy good. And then finally we have got a team which is in fact GFC Ajaccio. I probably butchered that name. Doesn't look like a great card, but there's many like great escapes that could potentially happen over the next 3 or 4 weeks. And now then we've got the promotion heroes from the Championship. Again, they do these for most of the leagues, like the League 1, League 2 and stuff like that, but I've gone with the Championship ones as they're the most recognisable players we could potentially be seeing. And first up, I've gone with a player, by the way, like I did with relegation ones, 1 player from every single team potentially getting promoted. So first up we've got Middlesbrough, a team that are very close to automatic promotion, but I think drew last night, and I've gone with Gaston Ramirez, who is currently on loan from Southampton. Then we've got Andre Gray, of course, did get that hero card last week, and it's a very good card indeed. He could get a team this season, should get a team this season, and he won the Championship Player of the Year. Then we have got Tomar Hemed, from Brighton. This guy, in fact, is in Team of the Week this week as well, playing for Brighton. Then we have got Chris Martin of Derby. I think he's got a lot of goals and a lot of assists this season for them. them. And the final two, first up, Abel Hernandez. This would be a ridiculously good card for Hull City. And finally, Fernando Forestieri of Sheffield Wednesday. Again though, the players I've chosen are just examples, but the clubs, they all could potentially get hero cards over the next couple of weeks. Next up then, we go on to goalkeepers and clean sheets, and I've chosen 4 BPL ones because the other leagues, they all have like kind of runaway winners, but the BPL is so damn tight. So the first 2 players that are currently joined for highest clean sheets in the BPL are Joe Hart and also Kasper Schmeichel, who is currently top of the BPL of Leicester City. So both of them are currently on 14 clean sheets, and they're followed closely by David De Gea with 13 and also Hugo Lloris also with 13. So these next few players are players from the top 5 leagues that are very far ahead in terms of total clean sheets in their respective leagues. So first up, Jan Oblak, this time from Atletico Madrid. He has got the most clean sheets by an absolute mile in Spain currently, and will be a very nice hero card. We have got Manuel Neuer, as kind of not unexpected. This guy is a machine, and I think he's currently on like 19 clean sheets in Germany. We have got Gianluigi Buffon, the legend, still going strong for Juve this season and very far ahead. And the final one is Kevin Trapp from Paris Saint-Germain. They've absolutely walked the league this season in terms of scoring goals and also keeping a lot of clean sheets. And now we've got the potential high-rated ones, and these ones in particular could be coming out as early as this Sunday because the PFA Player of the Year awards and stuff do take place on the 24th of April, which, like I said, is this Sunday coming up. So this is very interesting, and the first 6 players are nominations for the Player of the Year. So the very first nomination this year for the PFA Player of the Year is in fact Dimitri Payet of West Ham. Was one of the best signings, if not the best signing this summer from the Hammers. He's been sensational. Not just his free kicks, but his general play has been outstanding. The second player is Harry Kane for Tottenham, and there's a reason they're second because essentially every single player in their starting 11 has stepped up massively this season. This guy has been great for the last 2 years. I think he's scored 61 goals now in all competitions over the last 2 seasons, so he's definitely not a one-season wonder. He's also nominated for the Young Player of the Year. Next up, we've got Jamie Vardy of Leicester City. For me, definitely one of the top 2 candidates this year to potentially win the award. He was sent off against West Ham, and that could mean he gets a longer ban because he has also been fined by the FA, but has bagged in goals for fun this season. I think he's on like 22 goals in the league. Then we have got Mesut Ozil. The guy is absolutely walking the assist charts this season, but as of late, including Arsenal, their form has definitely dipped. I think he's been stuck on 18 assists now for a long time, but if he'd kept that momentum up and potentially got like 22 or 23 assists, he could well have got that Player of the Year. And then we have got N'Golo Kante, one of the underrated heroes this year, absolutely outstanding in that Leicester City midfield. A player that could well get that Player of the Year. And the final nomination is another Leicester player, Riyad Mahrez, who I think is probably the favourite. And what these cards essentially do is they tend to just boost the rating of the team this season that could be out about a week or so after these ones are released. So if you're going to get them, I'd probably save your coins for the blue cards that are just around the corner. So they're the 6 nominations for the actual main Player of the Year. I think Mahrez will win that. Now we're going to the Young Player of the Year, and the very first nomination is going to this guy, Dele Alli from Spurs. I definitely think he's in the top 1 or 2 players that could get this award. Now one after him is going to be Harry Kane, who again, I think it's tied between the 2 Spurs players because both have been great this season. I think his players also under the age of 23. The next one is going to be Jack Butland, another player that's definitely deserving of it, but his injuries and stuff could set him back. I think it is down to the Spurs boys. Then we have got Philippe Coutinho, a Liverpool player, being in there, which is quite nice, but don't think has any chance of getting it. It's simply the fact that how good them Spurs players really have been. We've got Romelu Lukaku, and again, he's been outstanding this season, absolutely on fire, one of the top goal scorers, but I think Harry Kane and Dele Alli, just do shift in front of him. And then we've got Ross Barkley, another Everton player who has kind of died off in 2016 a little bit. And they were all the nominations for the Young Player of the Year, the official one, PFA, and not chosen by me, guys. So potentially could see them last few ones, the likes of Mahrez and Dele Alli potentially coming this Sunday to FIFA Ultimate Team, guys. So if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. 1,500 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're to my channel, click that subscribe button for more. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.